London, back from staying there for about 12 days. Went to Star Wars Celebration and also got to be a tourist a little bit after the event. That was pretty fun. I was there with a lot of friends, and some of these items were from them. Some of these items were from Celebration directly, and then some were from stores around London too. So I'll highlight each of them as we go. Black Series figure from Andor that I finally found in the wild. This was at Forbidden Planet. Vix Kaleen. Really like the design on this figure. Feel like it's pretty good and detailed. I don't like the windowless boxes like this, but as you can tell in the background, luckily I'm an opener and I won't be keeping this in the box anyway. Another figure from Andor that I managed to get at Forbidden Planet is Mon Mothma. This figure looks really nice. Excited to get her out and add her to my rebellion group. This figure is one that I picked up at a vendor during Celebration. Just one that I was missing. I needed to kind of add to my villains and bounty hunters and random creatures section. Bib Fortuna in his original look from Return of the Jedi. This one I got at the same vendor to add to that same bounty hunters group. Dengar. Classic one that I just needed to add to the group. Okay, now we're getting to another batch of Black Series that kind of had a nice little story. On the last day of the convention, I stopped by this vendor and I told him, I've been looking at quite a few of his pieces, and that some of them were pricey though, so I didn't know if I was really gonna be willing to spend that much money. And he was nice and just told me to, pick them all up, show him which ones. He'd calculate what he was trying to charge for them, and then try to make me a deal and see if we could come to an agreement. And we came to a pretty good agreement where I ended up paying about 300 pounds less than I should have, according to his prices. But as I mentioned, it was the end of the convention, and he just really wanted to get rid of some of the stock, and worked out well for both of us. So the Boosh disguise for Princess Leia, another cool, bounty hunter to add to my bounty hunter shelf. This is another cool one. I've been wanting to find this guy and finally got him. General Veers. I met Julian Glover, who plays General Veers, last year at ICCC. So it was really nice to get the Black Series figure to add to my Empire collection. Okay, and then here's another big one for that bounty hunter shelf I mentioned. Bosk. He looks really nice. I like how he's a very different mold compared to a lot of the other Black Series figures. He's not as humanoid as a lot of the other aliens. Okay. And then this is where I mentioned that some of these were a bit pricey. I didn't know if I was going to be willing to pay full price for these or even get all of them at once. But some of these are ones that are kind of hard to find nowadays, hard to get in person at least too. So I tried to take advantage of having a few big sets together. Picked up the speeder bike with Biker Scout from Return of the Jedi. Looks really nice. I'm excited to get him out and add him to the Black Series shelf with the rest of the Empire. Picked up the Land Speeder from A New Hope with Luke. See, this guy's pretty big. Comes with Luke from A New Hope with his nice hat and goggles, the poncho. his rifle, and yeah, that's it. Yep, even his lightsaber. So this must have been, after meeting up with Ben, getting his saber, and getting ready to head into town to get out of town. Okay, another big one from Tatooine, from A New Hope, the Dewback and Sand Trooper. I really like this figure. It's always nice when you can find some of the bigger creatures or vehicles in this scale, the 6-inch figure scale, because this is the scale that I really like to collect and put on display. You see a lot of the good little details. So I'm excited to add this one to my Imperial shelf as well. Okay. That does it for Black Series, though. So we're going to move on to the next category. Next category that I got is Lego. I did go to the actual Lego store in London, as well as picked up some just stuff from the Lego vending booth at Celebration. The booth, those first few days was packed. So I kept going by it, seeing how long the line was, and deciding to kind of circle back later, check it out again. And I really took advantage of Monday, the last day, because I went by with maybe 10 minutes left in the convention. There was no line, and the only thing I really wanted from Lego at the convention itself was a little exclusive tile. Wasn't like a necessity, but it was cool just to have that little printed tile with the Celebration logo on it. It's the only place you could get it. And they had a set that they had released early. It's coming out May 1st, I believe, for everybody. But they released this Brickhead set for the 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi. And I was like, okay, I like Brickheads. I really like Return of the Jedi. They already got me there, but I hated that line, so waited till it was the opportune time, circled back when there was no wait at the very end of the convention, just asked if they still had these tiles. They said yep, so I bought the brickheads, grabbed the tile, and basically got out of the convention after that. Other than that, that's the only thing from the convention, Lego related. This is just a pretty cool magazine. They don't have these in the US, I don't think. I haven't seen them. I picked up a couple when I was in Germany last year, and then picked up this one there in London. Basically, just a Lego short comic kind of magazine that comes with a couple sets, a little micro X-wing set, and a Tusken Raider mini. I just really like that Tusken mini, and it was a good deal. The Legos themselves were worth the price of the magazine. All right. And then I also went by the Lego store in London, picked up a pretty cool bag tag that's just a memento from the trip. Little London police dog with an I Love London sign. While we were there, Jessica and I, who was with me on the trip, signed up for our VIP, I guess, accounts with Lego. It's free, and you can just use that account on their website to rack up points for coupons and stuff like that. And then I also picked up this exclusive minifigure that you can only get there at that store, which is just looks like a London civilian, kind of dressed up in a cool London vest with an umbrella because it's always kind of damp and humid. At least my whole 12 days it seemed to be. A couple days when the sun came out. Next up, I've got this mystery box that Jessica picked up at the convention. It came with a pretty neat Rebel Alliance hat. She's got that over at her place. This pop for the 40th anniversary of Empire. I already have this one, so this one's going in Jessica's collection. This is the pop that I got signed by Dave Barclay, who was one of the puppeteers for Yoda in Empire. The box also came with this pretty nice Jedi logo shirt. This is actually the same logo that my buddy JT got tattooed while we're at the convention. After having Rosario draw the star slash blade in the middle, and then trying to get Ewan to do the outside wing, and then Aiden another wing. But Ewan was under some strict policies this time, so couldn't really get too close to him. But luckily, Hayden was really nice and was willing to lean over the table and just finish the whole outline for him so that he could then get it tattooed on to add to his kind of celebrity drawn on tattoo collection he's been building. This box also came with a pretty cool little tin, Stormtrooper tin. That almost lines up with my face. And this is just playing cards, but pretty nice. And then the last thing that I found pretty funny was a Wookiee fur journal. That was just a journal covered in Wookiee fur. Inside just has Star Wars on the corners. Pretty neat. We've got indoor Leia with her camouflage poncho. I really like that camo, and these are obviously coming out right now to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. Next up is Darth Vader. Pretty nice looking one. Him with the classic belt holding pose. Just hanging out looking at you. This one doesn't look like it's actually specific to any movie directly, because Vader kind of looks pretty similar most of the time. Okay, another cool one here. This one's definitely from Empire. So that would make sense if that Vader was possibly from the same scene. Whenever he's standing there looking at the bounty hunters, the background looks kind of similar. This is Zuckuss. Okay, here's one that was a Celebration and Pins on Fire exclusive. Chrysanthemum from Book of Boba Fett. Really like the look of this one. Trying to get that glare off there. That's definitely one scary Wookiee. Okay, here's another nice one from that same. Yep, definitely Empire. Look at the green gauntlets. So this is definitely from that scene where all the bounty hunters are standing on the bridge of Vader's Star Destroyer, and he's telling them to hunt down Princess Leia, Han Solo, the Wookiee, and remember, no disintegrations. All right, another one for Returns anniversary. This is Wicket. This is also Jessica's favorite character from that movie, I think, out of the new characters at least. Oh, another Pins on Fire Celebration exclusive. This is Savage Opress from the Clone Wars, Maul's brother that is enhanced with Dathomirian magic. Pretty cool, makes him big and strong, and he basically just becomes Maul's enforcer. Alright, here's one of the cool exclusive ones to Celebration with the kind of variant paint jobs. It's Cad Bane from the Clone Wars with a white interior and gold lining. Looks pretty cool. A second Savage Opress pin. So this one, I've already talked to Darth Weaven, one of my friends I met last year at ICCC. So I've told him that if he wants to, I will send that to him since I got two of them. All right, another exclusive variant color. This is similar to that last one, but from Rebels instead of Clone Wars, with the white interior and the gold lining. Really like the look of that. Right, last fig pin, but in this category, I'm still going to hit the other pins that I picked up at Celebration. This is another variant paint job with silver and black. I really like the look of that. It's Mando from Book of Boba Fett when he has blaster in one hand, dark saber in the other. Probably from that scene where he's fighting the Klatooinians, the dog-faced aliens in the meat shop. So pretty cool. Some of the other pins I picked up. Okay. So some of these were celebration exclusives that were just at different booths. Um, these two were at the Wicked Brick booth, I believe. This is Yoda. Nice little pin of him just chilling with his cane. Then I got these two from the Pins on Fire booth. Sabine. She'll be in that upcoming Ahsoka show. Pretty excited about that. And then my favorite pin that I picked up this trip was Chopper, who's also going to be showing up in the Ahsoka show. This was at Forbidden Planet's booth. Okay. And then I did manage to get a couple of the boxes of Clone Trooper helmet pins where you kind of buy the box and you get two random pins out of these options. And then they've got two pins that are complete mysteries. And luckily, I ended up getting both of those, which is kind of neat. One in each pack. First one I got was the old Elite Troopers. These aren't even canon anymore. If I remember right, my buddy Strike was telling me about them, telling me that they were actually used to hunt down Defiant clones. So kind of a deep cut one for sure to add into this box. Probably the most rare one of them. Ones that people probably haven't heard of as much. And we got fives here, ARC Trooper 5s with this rangefinder. That was one of the mystery ones that wasn't actually listed on the back of the box. So that was the first box. I was pretty happy with that one. And just happy in general that I got two and didn't get any duplicates. Because I was only able to get two boxes. These pins actually sold out pretty fast. Alright. Here we go. We got the 41st Special Corps. Commander Grease unit. The kind of traditional jungle camo. Definitely like the look of that. The slightly green visor too. Okay. And last, but definitely not least, we got Jesse. Jesse was another one of those named clones from the 501st that really endeared himself to everybody throughout the Clone Wars, and then especially in Season 7 of the Clone Wars when they brought him back as that last clone that kind of makes a stand up to Rex and Ahsoka as they're trying to escape during Order 66. Then we get to see, his resting place buried with the rest of 332nd, the Ahsoka division, essentially, of the 501st, with the Ahsoka paint jobs. Some of these posters were free. Well, a couple of them were bought. I'll show you those ones last. This is one for Visions 2 that they were giving out on the way out that last day as part of the bounty hunting reward system. You didn't really have to have played the game, though. They were giving them out to everybody. This is a kind of nice little sneak peek into Visions 2, which I'm pretty excited about. I enjoyed just the anthology and what if aspect of Season 1. Okay. Let's see. This is one that my buddy Strike gave me. I don't remember where he got it, but it is Gaia. This is possibly a Twi'lek cosplayer that was there. But I like Twi'leks. Definitely one of my favorite alien species from Star Wars, so it was nice of him to give it to me. And this is another poster I got two of, but it came with the Bounty Hunter reward redemption program as well. But you also did not have to have actually played through and got all the badges. Kind of a cool medieval take on Din Djarin the Mando and Grogu by his side. It's a nice little, almost like a beret with a feather. Okay. Last two posters, these ones are really nice. One is one that I got from an artist there by the name of Shia Lee. This one I got for my girlfriend Jessica, and she actually plans on putting it on the wall in the living room. I know that all you Grogu fans will love this one. So, as you can see, it's a lot of different scenes of Grogu basically eating, which he seems to love to do. Eat, nap, and get into mischief. There he is with his soup from season 1. There he is eating some spider eggs from season 2, macaroons from season 2, the squid from season 2, and in the middle, there he is going after the frogs during Book of Boba Fett. I really like this art piece, and as you see when I shift it just right, you can see that there's a lot of just gold lining that really pops out. Last poster I got, and probably my favorite one, was actually a present from my friend Nick. He was the London local that we met there, myself and 7 other members of the Alliance of Independent Opinions. This is the Tales of the Jedi poster. The artwork's by Tom Hogan, and it is numbered 74 out of 250. And he actually, personalized it for me and put to Cody, may the force be with you. So thanks again for this, Nick. Definitely gonna get it framed and put on the wall. My buddy Nick had this first item, which are Han's Lucky Dice. And this was actually the last set that the booth had at the time. So once I overheard that and kind of checked out the price, they weren't too bad. Decided I wanted to get them, add them to my collection. These are the dice that you see Han with. Pretty nice replica. And of course, I like the display box for them. This item is newer. This is from Andor. This is the item that my buddy Nick was actually there for. The item he really wanted, that he had on pre-order already from Forbidden Planet. But once he saw it in person at this booth, he just went ahead and got it. Once I saw it, I knew I had to as well. I really liked this Sky Kuiper crystal necklace from Andor. This is that necklace that Luthen gives to Andor kind of to show him his trust in him and that he trusts him to stick around and bring it back. Pretty nice replica. Has a nice picture of Diego Luna in the top half. Also comes with a certificate of authenticity. Last items I got were the Celebration exclusive Topps trading cards. There were 4 volumes, I believe they're calling them. Yeah, volume 1 through 4. They were each from different eras that we know and love of the Star Wars universe. I really liked how they came in these cool magnetized cases, and then you just had this, exclusive pack of cards mounted in the middle of this piece of foam. I've already opened them. I'm gonna do a full video on them, so I'll save those for another time. But definitely wanted to cover that I picked up all 4 volumes, and that they came in these kind of cool boxes. I'll definitely be putting my cards in my card book, but I might hang on to the boxes just to display somewhere, just because it's a cool memento from Celebration. Thanks for checking out my trip to Celebration and what I picked up. Uh, Stay tuned. I'll definitely have a lot more videos coming, especially about Celebration, a lot of the projects that were just announced, and I'll still be doing the watch parties over on Strike's channel. We've got the Mandalorian Season 3 finale coming up real soon. Really excited for that. And we'll definitely be on the Alliance of Independent Opinions weekly recap show, I guess you'd call it. We try to do one of those every Sunday and just discuss news from the week, any shows that we're interested in, even outside of Star Wars. Cover a lot of other fantasy properties. So if you haven't checked them out, check out the Alliance of Independent Opinions.